You're watching Nightline and I'm Adrian Seet. The headlines. Number of flood evacuees rises to over 27,000 people. And over R500,000 worth of dangerous pharma products seized. Thanks for joining us. The flood has worsened in 4 states, namely Kelantan, Johor, Pahang and Sabah, while the situation in Terengganu continues to improve on Wednesday. In total, the number of people displaced has risen to 27,801 as of 11 p.m. Kelantan continues to grapple with worsening flood conditions, with a total of 21,366 people placed at 67 relief centres across the state, compared to 63 relief centres catering to 17,919 flood victims recorded earlier at 5 p.m. According to the Info Bencana JKM website, Pasir Mas is still the worst affected district, with 18,364 evacuees. Some of the relief centres in the district are already approaching full capacity, while others are over 80% occupancy. For Terengganu, a total of 6,179 flood victims sought shelter at 61 relief centres. Despite this, 3 telemetry stations in the state are showing warning signs of an increase in water height, namely at Sungai Terengganu Kuala Terengganu, Kuala Jengai Sungai Dungun and Sungai Terengganu Hulu Terengganu. Pahang, Johor, Selangor and Sabah are the other states affected by the floods, with a total of 256 evacuees placed at 10 relief centres in all 4 states. Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim will visit Kelantan on Thursday to personally check on the flood situation that is currently affecting the state. The Prime Minister shared this information through a Facebook post following his meeting with Thailand Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin in Phuket on Tuesday. In the post, Anwar said that during the meeting, both leaders also had a brief discussion about the flood situation. According to media reports, Anwar is scheduled to receive a briefing from the National Disaster Management Agency and the Kelantan government to get an overview of the assets used in the rescue operations and assistance made available to flood victims. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister said that during his formal meeting with Srettha, they also discussed several important matters, including issues related to tourism in Malaysia and Thailand. Srettha expressed Thailand's readiness to jointly promote tourism in Phuket, Langkawi and other areas in the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, given the sudden increase in the number of Malaysian tourist arrivals to Thailand. In addition, both countries have also agreed to expedite the Sadao Bukit Kayu Hitam Road project and the Sungai Golok Rantau Panjang Bridge project. Anwar also revealed that he and Srettha agreed to work closely to develop the southern region of Thailand and the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia more rapidly, and thereby ensuring economic overflow and prosperity for the people in both regions. He added that the special highest level committee between the two countries need to report on the progress of projects and agreed upon matters by the middle of next month. Meanwhile, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, is working to restore telecommunications that have been disrupted by floods. MCMC explained that the disruption was due to a total of 110 of its transmission stations being impacted by the floods. In a statement, the Commission said from those affected, 24 stations are now operational, while its various state officers are actively working on solutions for the remaining 86 stations that are still non-operational. They are also collaborating closely with service providers to address the issues promptly. The MCMC has also provided the correct information for their respective state offices for the benefit of those seeking assistance with network issues in the affected states. The statement added that it also is gearing up for potential floods in other states. In Terengganu, an 11-year-old boy is feared to have drowned after he went missing while swimming with his younger brother and a friend in a river in Kampung Tok Hakim in Kuala Terengganu on Wednesday. District Fire Station Chief Roziza Abni Hajar said a distress call on the disappearance of Muhammad Haras Ilman Muhammad Shahril Rizwan was received at 4:46 p.m. She added that a team of 19 firefighters, including 6 personnel from the Water Rescue Team, PPDA from the State Fire and Rescue Department, were immediately dispatched to the scene to conduct a search and rescue operation. According to witnesses, the victim, his brother Muhammad Firas Wi-Fi, age 9, and a friend were swept away by the strong currents, but only 2 of them managed to be rescued by members of the public. The 2 rescued victims were then taken to the Sultanah Nur Zahira Hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, a 49-year-old Singaporean man is feared drowned off the coast of Desaru in Kota Tinggi, Johor on Wednesday. Penawa Fire and Rescue Department Operations Commander Masri Ibrahim said 17 personnel and a boat unit were dispatched to the scene to conduct a search and rescue operation after the department was alerted to the incident at 12:33 p.m. According to witnesses, the holidaymaker and his son were hit by waves while frolicking at the water's edge near a beach resort before being swept away. It was believed that both victims had ignored the red flag, raised to warn beachgoers against any water-related activities due to the rough sea conditions in the current monsoon season. Authorities said the search for the missing man, identified as Isaac Kelvin Tan Lee Tong, has been temporarily postponed for safety reasons and will resume early on Thursday morning. His 16-year-old son, Gabriel Ian Tan Wei Pin, who was rescued by the public before the rescue team arrived, was brought to the Kota Tinggi Hospital for treatment. The Health Ministry MOH has seized a variety of dangerous and high-risk pharmaceutical products worth more than $500,000 via a special operation named Operation Pangia 16. The operation, coordinated by the International Criminal Police Organization or Interpol, targeted advertising, supply and online sales of unregistered pharmaceutical products nationwide. The ministry's Senior Director of Pharmacy Services, Nurliza Halim, said the seizures were the result of checks and raids in numerous locations nationwide, including international entry points involving air cargo, airports, border posts and ferry terminals. She also said the operation jointly conducted between October 3rd to 31st by the MOH Pharmaceutical Enforcement Division, Customs Department and the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission MCMC resulted in the seizure of 13,552 units of unregistered pharmaceutical products with a value of 132,498 ringgit. In addition, 45 premises, including houses and clinics selling unregistered pharmaceutical products, were also raided, which led to the seizure of 96,691 illegal pharmaceutical products valued at 417,291 ringgit. Authorities have also blocked access to 1,675 websites selling illegal pharmaceutical products via e-commerce platforms.
Hipokrasi terus dimanifestasi. Transisi, revolusi, integriti. Episod tragis dan emosi. Memacu matlamat, mengukir legasi. Imbasan 2023, Sabtu 30 Disember, hanya di TV3. Dan stream HD secara langsung ditonton.
For every parent, their child is their world. Yet, every now and again, we hear of children dying after being left for hours in their parents' cars. Can anything be done to prevent these senseless deaths? FMT's Danish Rajareza and Amira Huda find out.
Breaking. There's no word more fitting to describe the senseless death of a child who has been left in a vehicle in the sweltering heat for hours. It's hard to imagine that any parent could forget about their child being in the car with them. Yet it happens, and once too often. In 2021 alone, 309 cases of children being left alone in cars were recorded, according to the Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research. This year, between October and November alone, 3 children died after being left in their parents' vehicles. But why does this keep happening?
So what we found is the main reason is change of daily routine.
When a child is left in a car, they face a race against time to be rescued.
So first 5 minutes is very critical to have that air circulation being provided to the victim, because you need to regulate the temperature as quickly as possible.
On the plus side, Miros is actively looking for a solution. It has developed a prototype system called the Miros Children in Vehicle Tracking and Alerting System, known as My Cinta, which uses audio and motion sensors to detect a child's presence in cars. If a child is left behind, the system will provide automatic alerts to parents and activate an emergency response to reduce the risk of serious injury.
First thing it does is it sends a notification in SMS form that have the coordinate of the location of the vehicle. Simultaneously, it will call that person be registered in the system.
My Cinta can also be integrated into a vehicle's electronic system, enabling it to activate specific actions automatically.
First is that we lower down the window, the side windows, and then we'll turn on the hazard lights for bystanders. And also there is this text-based message will be displayed at the window.
Aside from leveraging technology, safety activist K. Balasubramaniam says parents can place their valuables together with their children to avoid forgetting about them.
Of course, the things that you always carry with you, like handphone, detachable car remote. So you detach your remote, put together with the child. So once you stop, you start to look for the remote. That will trigger you.
The public can also do their part to prevent another tragedy.
So if ever anyone discovered a child inside the car, don't waste time. Break the glass. Break the glass and recover the child.
If a child is unresponsive, the public should call 999 immediately. While safety experts have provided practical solutions to reduce the likelihood of children being left in cars, the development of the My Cinta system offers a glimmer of hope for enhanced child safety. Danish Rajareza and Amira Huda, FMT for Nightline.
Death of Soon Kyun, family refuses autopsy. News from the foreign front when we return.
Kepingan daging empuk dihiasi bawang segar, bertambah nikmat dengan sos lada hitam kegemaran ramai. Prosperity Burger kembali.
Jangan pandang ringan dan mudah. Anggap batuk awak ini serius. Woods ubat batuk dengan rasa pudina. Memberi sensasi kelegaan di kerongkong. Berkesan melegakan batuk. Woods ubat batuk yang saya percaya.
Kerana kuasa, nyawanya dipertaruhkan.
सेना पति शिवरत पहुंचे नहीं है या मेरे प्रिय भाई सुषम ने पहुंचने नहीं दी?
ये हो सकता, इस सिंहासन में मैं बैठूंगा.
Dan kerana cinta, prinsipnya tercabar.
जैसे तुम्हारा yang, क्योंकि युद्ध रणभूमि में लड़े जाते हैं परंतु जीते.
Asoka, Sabtu 30 Disember 2 petang. Di panggung Sabtu TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
I rasa sepanjang Mazli kat sini kita tak boleh selalu jumpa. I tak nak you rumitkan keadaan.
You jumpa Mazli, you minta dia ceraikan I.
Kau ada bini kan? Ada anak. Fikir sendiri ya.
Aku yakin Dani, suami aku, curang dengan perempuan tu. Kita kahwin.
Kandungannya masih baru 2 bulan lagi.
Ini bini aku lah, bini aku! Tidaklah!
Hati tercari luka. Isnin hingga Khamis 10 malam di Samarinda TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
We're back with news from the foreign front. The Zionist regime has begun ground combat operations in the central area of the Gaza Strip, home to several large refugee camps that have suffered intense shelling over the past week as Israeli forces prepared to move into the area. Now, according to the Israeli army's spokesman, its defense forces were fighting in the southern Gaza Strip in the area of Khan Yunis, and they have extended the combat to the area known as the central camps. According to Palestinian Health Ministry, so far a total of 195 people were killed, while 325 others were left injured in the bombardment of the Bureij and the Maghazi camps in the past 24 hours. 6 Palestinians were also killed in an Israeli drone attack on the city of Tulkam in the occupied West Bank following a raid targeting the Nur Shams refugee camp. The ruthless Zionist regime has been focusing its land offensive so far on Gaza City in the north and the southern city of Khan Yunis, forcing civilians trapped in the besieged enclave to flee to the increasingly small zones Israel says are safe. South Korean actor Lee Sun-kyun, who drew global attention with his performance as the wealthy patriarch in the Oscar-winning film Parasite, was found dead on Wednesday. Now, according to officials, the body of the 48-year-old Lee was found in a car at a park in Seoul after his manager told the police that the actor had left home, leaving behind an apparent suicide note. His body was taken to Seoul National University Hospital, where his family reportedly refused an autopsy, stating that he will be buried on Friday. In the meantime, police have begun an investigation to establish details surrounding his death, including when he arrived at the scene and the time of his death. The actor had faced police questioning 3 times over accusations of illegal drug use amid a government crackdown. However, it was reported that Lee was tricked into taking drugs that he believed was slipping pills by a bar hostess trying to blackmail him. The Turkish Parliament's Foreign Affairs Commission on Tuesday has finally approved Sweden's NATO membership bid, placing the Nordic country one step closer to joining the military alliance. The decision is a key step towards enlarging the military alliance after 19 months of delays in which Ankara demanded security-related concessions from Stockholm. The next step is a vote by the full parliament, in which President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, and its allies hold a majority. In a statement after the Commission's approval, Swedish Foreign Minister Tobias Billström said Sweden welcomed the move and looked forward to joining NATO. Commission head Fuad Oktay, however, played down expectations for a speedy note and vote in the full Grand National Assembly, adding that the parliament would be going for a 2-week recess in early January. Japan's nuclear power regulator on Wednesday lifted an operational ban it imposed on Tokyo Electric Power Company TEPCO's massive Kashiwazaki Kariwa power plant 2 years ago, clearing the path for it to resume a process towards a restart. TEPCO has been eager to bring the world's largest atomic power plant back online to slash operating costs. But a resumption still needs consent from the local governments of Niigata Prefecture. However, when that might happen is still unknown. Following the decision, TEPCO said it will continue its efforts to regain the trust of the local community and society at large, while Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary said the government would do its part to aid the process. With capacity of 8,212 megawatts, the plant has been offline since 2012 after the Fukushima disaster a year earlier led to the shutdown of all nuclear power plants in Japan at the time. Ronaldo's 53rd goal seals a thumping win for Al Nassr. Sports after this breather.
Karnival Jom Heboh 2024 akan ke Kuching, Sarawak. Peluang terbaik untuk kembangkan jenama, promosi dan bisnes anda dengan pelbagai aktiviti menarik. Hubungi kami sekarang di maklumat tertera untuk menyertai. Jom, jom, jom!
헤어지고 싶습니까?
내가 감당할 수 있는 남자가 맞나 하는 생각. 우리 진짜 헤어집니까?
우리 안 헤어져.
정신 차리라고 이 나쁜 놈아!
Descendants of the Sun, setiap Selasa hingga Khamis, 11 malam. Shotnya ber-K-drama di Cham Sarang TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Mereka hanya ada 7 hari untuk menyempurnakannya.
Are you with me? Let's bring it in! Come on! Let's do it!
Mengubah mimpi menjadi realiti dalam satu misi membina semula rumah yang baru.
Beautiful village we're making.
Got the custom Thailand cabinets going in right now. Love it! Looking good!
Extreme Makeover Home Edition setiap Sabtu 12.30 hari. Stream sekarang di Tonton dan di TV3.
We're back with sports. Football, the Saudi Pro League. Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice from the penalty spot as Al Nassr smashed Al Ittihad 5-2 at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium on Wednesday. Take a look. Al Ittihad took an early lead through Abdurazak Hamdallah in the 14th minute, but Ronaldo quickly equalised from the spot 5 minutes later. Just before halftime, Anderson Talisca sent Al Nassr ahead in the 38th minute when he fired a well-placed shot to beat keeper Abdullah Al-Mayouf. However, the home side drew level 6 minutes after the break through Hamdallah, only for Ronaldo to restore the lead with another penalty in the 68th minute, his 53rd goal of the year. Al Ittihad were down to 10 men in the 66th minute when Fabinho was dismissed, and Sadio Mane capitalised on the advantage, scoring twice in the 75th and 82nd minute respectively to seal a remarkable 5-2 victory. With this win, Al Nassr stood second with 43 points, maintaining pressure on league leaders Al Hilal. On to the English Premier League. Erik ten Hag praised his team for their belief after they staged a stunning second-half comeback to beat Aston Villa 3-2 on Boxing Day. The Manchester United's head coach was also looking forward to working with the club's new 25% shareholder, Sir Jim Ratcliffe.
So I knew what's going on. Yeah, we're looking forward. I think it's positive for the club that they are in. They're stepping in. They have a lot of experience in sport. On the highest level, F1, cycling team, other football clubs, so it can only help and support us to get our targets. So yeah, we are looking forward. They want to work with us and we want to work with them.
Speaking at the media conference, the Dutchman also denied the protracted deal that took 13 months to complete had affected his team. Earlier, United were in danger of another damaging defeat when goals from John McGinn and Leander Dedenker put Villa in control by half-time at Old Trafford. Erik ten Hag's team were booed off at the interval, but they staged a much-needed revival, sparked by Alejandro Garnacho scoring their first goal in the 59th minute. Garnacho struck again to equalise before Rasmus Højlund finally scored his first Premier League goal in his 15th appearance with 8 minutes remaining. Højlund's cathartic strike ended United's 4-match winless run in all competitions and lifted them to 6th in the Premier League. After this short breather, fruit seller charged with murder of 26-year-old woman.
어떻게 됐어? 네가 지금 그 타이밍이 아닌 것 같은데.
Seronoknya layan obat sampai pagi.
보고? 개판이네!
팀은 가속도와 질량이 필요한다.
조문 왔던 걔네들 왔다 가고 그랬잖아.
Mak turun aplikasi tonton, semua favourite anda ada di sini.
Kan ni menantu itu yang Cik dah pilih.
Pakcik rasa kita kena buat cara butu. Butu tu macam ni tu.
Kalau orang tu menghargai seseorang, dia akan jaga orang tu, bukan cari orang lain.
Kau mesti syok sangat dekat Iqmal, kan?
Hai. Dia dah tutup pintu hati dia untuk saya. Esok.
Kami Orang KL, Minggu akhir, Khamis hingga Sabtu, 9 malam di Lestari TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton. Tutup tahun 2023 korang dengan 3 filem ni. Let's go guys! Yes! Kita bagi aksi yang memang gempak gila.
I am the Green Hornet.
You are girl.
Just relax, breathe.
Macam, layan semuanya di Magnificent 8 TV3 atau stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Welcome back. A fruit seller has been charged at the Klang Magistrates Court with the murder of his girlfriend 2 weeks ago. 44-year-old Koo Chun Heng nodded in understanding after the charge was read out to him before Magistrate Amirul Ashraf Abdul Rashid. No plea was recorded as a murder case falls under the High Court's jurisdiction. According to the charge sheet, Koo was alleged to have killed 26-year-old Ko Chia Ling at Jalan Bayu Tinggi in Klang at about 1 p.m. on December the 18th. The charge, framed under Section 302 of the Penal Code, carries a death penalty or imprisonment of not more than 40 years upon conviction. The court fixed March the 1st, 2024 for the case to be mentioned. Previously, according to reports, on the day of the incident, the couple had met at the restaurant at Jalan Bayu Tinggi for a meal before the woman was found stabbed to death in the suspect's car, with jealousy believed to be the motive behind the crime. Over in Johor, 3 teenagers, including 2 underage boys, were brought to the Magistrates Court in Johor Bahru on charges of kidnapping a 7-year-old boy earlier this month. All 3 pleaded not guilty as soon as the charges were read to them in Mandarin before Magistrate R. Salani. According to the charges, 18-year-old Jonathan Yet, along with 2 friends, aged 15 and 17, jointly kidnapped a 7-year-old boy at Serampang Road at about 5:15 p.m. on December the 12th. The charges were made under Section 363 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 34 of the same law that carries a maximum penalty of up to 7 years imprisoned and a fine. The prosecution proposed bail of 8,000 ringgit for each of the accused, but all 3 appealed for a reduced bail amount. The court then set bail at 2,500 ringgit for each accused, with the surety for the 2 underage boys being their parents. The court also scheduled January 23rd as the next hearing date for the submission of social and moral reports from the Welfare Department. In Pahang, an e-hailing driver claimed trial at the Kuantan Sessions Court on Wednesday for causing a grievous hurt to a Chinese national. The accused, 32-year-old Muhammad Siddiq Saleh, who is a person with a disability, or OKU, pleaded not guilty after the charge was read to him by the court interpreter before Judge Dato Ahmad Zamzani Muhammad Zain. He was charged with voluntarily causing serious injury to a finger of the woman's right hand by attacking her with a foldable chair. The offence was allegedly committed in the lobby of a hotel in Jalan Sekilau at about 6:20 p.m. on December the 16th. If found guilty of the offence under Section 326 of the Penal Code, he faces a maximum 20-year prison sentence, a fine and whipping. The judge allowed bail of 15,000 ringgit with 2 sureties and also ordered him to not intimidate witnesses in the case, as well as to report himself to the nearest police station every month and to surrender his passport to the court. The court set February the 5th for mention. As we wrap up Nightline this time around, let's take a look as a sword-wielding group from the Savora Ta'ani Fencing Club brings the streets of Huruma to a standstill. Donned in white, a group of fencers take turns trying to poke or score hits or touches on each other, competing as residents watch on. With that, I'm Adrian Seet. Thank you for watching Nightline and stay safe, Malaysia.